Good morning, everyone. Today is another beautiful day in downtown Toronto, Canada. It is, however, going to rain at some point, but I figured I would just tune in as per usual since I'm trying to do the whole weekly vlog thing again. For some reason, I feel like I'm already failing at it, though. I don't know why. But anyway, I have to go to the pet store because my Mr. Flynn is all out of food. So I have to get him some food, and then I also have to go to the grocery store because we're all out of eggs. And some other stuff, like just like food to eat, like just food. We're not like completely out of food, but you know what I'm getting at. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to get some little snippets. I've already been trying to get little snippets here and there of what it's currently like. Since we are isolating, there really isn't much going on at home other than like me streaming on Twitch every single day. And then when I'm not streaming, I am working on YouTube videos or playing Animal Crossing. Other than that, nothing really much has been going other than the occasional time that we step out of the house to get like bubble tea or grocery shopping. The one downside is that like I'm not as inclined to go out to the grocery store because there's always a lineup because they're only letting a certain amount of people into the grocery store at a time. So there's always a line. And last time we went grocery shopping, I think we waited like 20 minutes, which isn't like the end of the world, but it's just like, you know, it's a deterrent, I guess you could say, but we do need some groceries, so that's what's up for today. I would love to find out what it's currently like in your country with isolation. In Toronto, the streets are pretty empty. A lot of stores are closed down. The only stores that are open are some restaurants. A lot of them have just straight up closed. A lot of them converted to strictly only delivery service. Like yesterday we got McDonald's for the first time in a while, but you can only order it online. You can't order takeout. You can't even go in the store. The doors are completely shut unless you're like Uber Eats or a delivery service courier. Then you can get it, but otherwise it's completely online order only, no pickup or anything like that. And yeah, it's just weird being outside, but I'm gonna step out now and get some stuff. It's such like a strange day and age that we live in. Like the streets are empty, the stores aren't even letting people in. Like the pet store made you like give your order at the front door and then pick it up at the side. You weren't even allowed in. So I don't know what kind of cat food I just got my cat. But hopefully it doesn't make his stomach too upset. I ended up just getting Royal Canine because he was on like a mystery organic brand I've never heard of before that the foster parent, I guess, gave us, but I got him Royal Canine because that's like one of the most popular cats brands of food for cats, and then some random canned chicken. So here's hoping his stomach doesn't get too upset because you literally couldn't browse. So it's just like, I don't know, whatever the best Royal Canine products are for cats that are young adults. So when I went to the grocery store, I decided I wanted to pick up instant coffee so that I can make dalgona coffee, which is the whipped coffee on top of your milk of choice. The recipe, I guess, started in Korea, which doesn't surprise me. It looks very South Korean inspired. Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a shot today. You can either whisk it by hands, like I think someone said like 100 times, no, 400 times. That sounds crazy. So I'm gonna try using this instant like blender thing. This is the only thing I have. So we're gonna give it a shot and see if we can get some nice fluffy coffee. So it calls for basically 4 tablespoons of everything except for milk. So I'm gonna take 4, oh, if it even fits, yeah. 1, seems like a lot. 2, 3, 4. Gonna be well caffeinated at this point. 4 tablespoons of sugar. That seems like too much. I'm only gonna do half because this is like brown sugar, the extra dark kind, which I feel tends to be extra sweet. So we're just gonna do 2. And then 4 tablespoons of boiling water. Oh my god, spill everywhere. 1, 2, 3. Maybe less than 4. I think I spilled a bunch in there. And then you're supposed to blend it. Oh, this is gonna fly everywhere, isn't it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm gonna make a mess. Oh no! Okay, so I've concluded the trick is after you get it a little bit frothy is you have to whisk it by hand or with a proper mixer, because you need to get like a ton of air in it to get it fluffy. Because I was using the power blender and it wasn't really going, but anyway, it's super fluffy now. So I'm gonna add it into my coffee, or not my coffee, my oat milk. I'm using Silk's Oat vanilla flavored with a little bit of ice in a wine glass, because it's like the only perfectly transparent, nice looking glass that I have. And then enjoy. Wow. I made a mess making this. Yay! I'm not too sure how you're supposed to get to this coffee. So I'm pretty sure you need a straw, but I had a straw yesterday, but my cat chewed it overnight. So I don't have a straw now. So I'm just going to try to like mix it or stir it until it combines. I found a straw, but I've already proceeded to make a terrible mess of this. I don't get how you're actually supposed to get the coffee part of it. It's like a nice oat milk with a strong coffee flavor now. It's combining though. It's combining. I'm gonna be well caffeinated after drinking this. But I hope you guys liked me making dalgona coffee. I had a few requests to do this. So if you haven't tried making it, might as well. It's fun. Would I make it again? Probably not. It's a lot of work, a lot of mess for an okay iced coffee. It's pretty good actually, it's just a little too strong. Today I don't know what to make for dinner, so we got
peer pressure
and Thai. You can see my eyelashes are falling off. That's okay. I'm just sitting in one of the inner city parks again. This one has a nice fountain, but it's not on yet. You can tell it's like a dog fountain right over there, but it's not on. That's nice. So we decided to go on our usual cha time bubble tea break, our every other day routine, and we got tiramisu this time. Hello everyone. Oh my god, my lips are so pale today. Yeah, it's another isolation day here in Toronto. I did my morning live stream, but it was a little bit shorter than usual. I was having some pretty major computer issues, but I wanted to tune in because last night I made the decision to make a new Instagram account. Reason being is because I did a little more deep diving, a little back-end research, and realized that even though it's been almost 4 years since I lived in Japan, I still, like, to this day, my social media accounts are still only being recommended to people who are interested in J-vloggers and Asia-related vloggers, YouTubers, people who live there or travel there often, which doesn't really make sense for me, seeing as I only lived in Japan for a year, and that was, like, almost 4 years ago. So the fact that, like, even though I've posted so much more content since not living in Japan, like the whole year I was in Australia I was posting a bunch, the whole 2 years that I've been living in Canada I've been posting way more, and still, like, the algorithms seem to only favor the fact that I lived in Japan, and it's extremely frustrating because I just can't seem to grow my social medias because the only people I'm being recommended to are those people who want Japan content that I can't deliver on it. So I just, I've been thinking about doing this for a few years now, like ever since I was living in Australia. It's something I've been considering, but I wanted to, like, see if time helped, but clearly time doesn't help. So I made the executive decision to create a new Instagram account. So I'll have it right here. It's literally the same username, just a different format. I'll be posting there regularly, if not more. I'm still gonna post on my original channel, just not as much content. It's like the day-to-day, like sharing new videos, sharing my streams, I'm gonna post there, but I think moving forward, all my content's gonna be mainly on that new Instagram, but my original is not gonna be dead. I'm still gonna share the vlogs, the content, just not the photos as much. I'm gonna be focusing on that new channel more so to see, kind of like a test what happens. And if I find like the same thing is happening, then maybe it's just me. Maybe that's just the kind of audience that I attract. But I think it's worth trying it out at this point. After almost 4 years and no success, I think it's worth a shot. So yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share. But anyway, it's time for lunch. I made tater tots, a salad, and some slices of cheese. It's another beautiful day for the balcony. If only we had furniture. Such potential, yet such lacking. Oh well, at least it's warm enough to sit out here. Like when the wind blows, it's a little cold, but otherwise in the sun, sitting down, it's fine. Hello, my BiiBiiBees. So I posted on Instagram me eating some curry for lunch the other day, and I got a few DMs from you guys asking to share my curry recipe. So I'm going to share with you guys right now how I made my curry. It's a little bit different, but it's super simple. As you guys probably already know if you've ever looked Japanese curry recipes, they all are super simple, so I will show you what I did. I already have my pan heated up to medium heat, and for my curry seasoning, what I like to use is any of these packages. I think golden curry I've used multiple times in the past, which is why I bought this one. To be honest, I never always remember which curry I choose when I do eat, but I do know I always go for mild because I don't always like spicy. If I do ever want to add spice, I just add like chili flakes. But basically, I use this, and last time I only used half the packet. There is the curry seasoning. I used half the pack last time, so I'm going to use the remaining half today. I will be adding a can of white potatoes, whole. Reason why I'm using the can is because it's what we have. Canned carrots, which are nice. Like, it's convenient because they're already cooked, so you really don't have to do that much work. Then I chopped up some broccoli, and then I also chopped up half a little sirloin steak that I already had pre-made from the other night. I'm only using half because I don't want this to be too much of a meat dish. I want it to be mostly focused on vegetables with a little bit of meat for that beef flavoring. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add my curry seasoning into the pan. So I'm just going to add the one block or the remaining amount of the curry seasoning. I'm try to do this one-handed. There we go. And then I'm going to add half the amount of required water, which is about 1 1/3 cups, even though it calls for 2 1/4 or a bit more than that. So adding that in, and then I'm going to go ahead and add my broccoli because it's the only vegetable that I have that isn't pre-cooked. Everything else has already been pre-cooked. So super simple. Just add the broccoli, get that simmering. So my curry has been simmering for a little bit with the broccoli, so I'm going to add my already cooked vegetables and my steak bits. Yay! Last time I made this recipe, I added ground beef, but I don't have any ground beef, so it's a little steak bits today. Of course, you don't have to add any meat if you don't want, but I figured since I have it and needs to be eaten, I might as well throw it in there. Really, with curry, you can add pretty much anything as long as you have the staples like carrots, potatoes, and then some sort of green. You're pretty much in the clear. And onions. You can add onions. I just remembered last time I added onion powder, so I'm going to do that right now. Because I don't actually like eating chunks of onions. Kind of prefer just the onion flavoring, not so much the chunks. I'll also be adding this large chunk of frozen spinach into the middle for more veg, and then kind of covering as much as I can with a lid so I get more of a heat going on and less moisture loss. If it does get too thick, because that curry flavoring block does have a thickening agent in it, you really don't need to do anything for that. But if you do feel like you lose too much water, you can keep adding little splashes of water until it's at a consistency that you like. But of course, the more water you add, the more curry flavor you eventually lose. And it's done. So I just put it in this nice tiny little rice bowl with some leftover rice that I had made this morning, just some white Calrose sticky rice. And that's how I make the curry. We decided to go for a little walk today just to get some fresh air and get us out of the house during isolation because it's a beautiful day, but it's pretty insane. Like the streets are more or less empty. Like maybe you pass like 4 other people at most. But yeah, it's pretty insane for a weekend to be this dead. A little pad thai takeout for us.
Can't open this.
If only you could open it. Ooh, doesn't that look good? And just finished eating some pad thai on a bench. I've been loving this. This has seriously helped my hair become so much more healthy in such like a short period of time. It's from Ion, which you can get at Sally's Beauty. And it's a restoring and repairing leave-in treatment. It's made such a difference for my hair. Pretty much saturate my hair in it, to be honest. It's so good. Even though we're in self-isolation, I just found myself feeling like really down about myself. So doing like my own eyelash extensions and also putting in my hair extensions again, I feel has really helped. Also with the daily live streams, that's really helped as well because I put on makeup every single day and put on like a proper outfit, and I think for my like mental health, it's helped so much when being at home all the time to like kind of feel pretty again, put yourself together. Dinner today is going to be my usual carbonara, which is simple Alfredo sauce watered down with a little bit of the water from the noodles that boil, with spam chopped into cubes, with broccolini, a small amount of red pepper flakes, and salt. Sometimes I add spinach, and then I also add like a few forkfuls of diced tomatoes in there. Not at all a traditional carbonara recipe, but an carbonara inspired recipe. Tabasco and a bocconcini ball.